Sharks. My name is Caitlin Magentel, and I'm here seeking $500,000 in exchange for 10% equity in my company, Pulp Pantry. Sharks, I know you like talking numbers, so let me throw some at you. In the United States, we waste 54 million tons of food every single year. Can you believe that normally all of this gorgeous produce would have been tossed? Or this, the fiber left over from juicing fruits and vegetables. This too normally goes unloved. Talk about a missed opportunity. Well, Sharks, the madness stops with us because Pulp Pantry has developed a new way to snack with impact. We take the thousands of pounds of organic produce that would otherwise go unloved every single week and upcycle them into a line of real veggie chips that are made from, you guessed it, real fresh vegetables, not corn, not potato starch, and certainly not grains for that matter. We're spreading the good vibes only with the delicious and nutritious snack that's packed with flavor and fiber, all the while tackling one of our most pressing environmental issues, food waste. Sharks, it's crunch time. Who's ready to dig in and make a deal? We are.
First off, ding ding. Like, looking for a way to take something that's like excess and people aren't looking to maybe make money off of, and then turning that into dollars. Huge ding ding for that, because I remember, what was it, like 2005? There was, this big hype around getting vegetable oil and converting that into biodiesel, and we looked at it at the company, part of the truck service parts warehouse. And I was like, wow, well, if we got this big vat and we like made our own diesel fuel, then we could power our delivery vans on it. And at the time, the diners and restaurants and stuff, they were just looking for any way to unload it because nobody was doing this. Unfortunately, when we started to break down the cost of all that, even with getting the oil for free, I believe, if I remember correctly, it was not going to be, it would have been, it still would have been very costly, and there was still risks of, because the vegetable oil was not as or cooking oil, I should say, is not as clean and all that. So you run the risk of like damaging the motors and stuff because you're not getting it from like a clean source. You're getting it from just restaurants, and we'd have to collect it and store it, and it would have been a huge undertaking to make that happen. But it could have potentially long term been a great play for us, at least until people started charging to collect their vegetable oil and cooking oil and stuff. So anyway, taking something like waste product, turning it into something else and completely, and then being able to mark it up. I'm gonna say Caitlin's probably knocking it out of the park. Hopefully, with her margins on this product, considering she's probably getting that waste food for like next to nothing, and hopefully she's doing something to give back in the sense of like taking that food and then taking it away from other places that it could be donated to in the meantime. But still, big ding ding for the idea and making it happen.
We have our sea salt, salt vinegar, jalapeno lime, and barbecue. But the things to note with the pulp chips, they're 100% vegan, they're grain-free, they're gluten-free, and the best part about it is every serving has 5 grams of fiber, meaning that a bag of chips is nearly your day's serving of fiber.
I'm amazed. They're so good.
They're so delicious.
I'm so happy you love them.
I could tell you're a woman of impeccable taste because you're wearing my Good American Fit for Success jumpsuit. Well done.
Lots of kissing up going on. Lots of kissing up.
Just saying. Even better than the jumpsuit. These taste delicious.
How are you getting the starchy consistency that I would expect from, a grain? Because it's there.
It's just balancing the fresh ingredients that we use, which is the fresh vegetables. We also add cassava flour and an okara flour, which is another upcycled ingredient made from actually the byproduct
there's
of
no
tofu
gluten in
manufacturing.
these at all?
No gluten, no grains. If you look at the back of a veggie chip in a normal grocery store, the first ingredient you'll probably see is potato starch or dried potato flakes. So we opted to create a version that has no potatoes either.
Can you give me the stack on pricing from the cost per bag, wholesale pricing, and retail? Just run through that.
All right, before she gets there on the cost and the pricing, very, very cool to like look. And I've heard this so many times lately. It's not enough to be better; you gotta be different. And in this case, I mean, I'm not shopping for vegan alternatives for chips and things like that. I'm guessing that, that's really up Mark's alley there on the vegan, gluten-free stuff. So I'm wondering if it is different enough for them to get interested at a $5 million valuation. Again, I'm assuming she's going to have great margins and some sales to go along with it. And yeah, I'm excited.
So one bag costs $1.70 to produce. We wholesale for $3.24, and we're on shelf at $4.99 to $5.49.
How did you come up with this idea?
I got really interested in sustainability when I was just in 8th grade, and my mom took me to see An Inconvenient Truth, the Al Gore documentary, and environmental studies was my degree. But I think the big aha moment, I had a friend who had driven off campus to buy a bunch of organic produce and was juicing it. And I basically saw these handfuls of pulp and then the tiniest amount of juice. And she was like, I usually throw this away. I don't know what to do with it. So I took it home, made my first batch of carrot cookies.
No. Carrot cookies.
Yes, it was carrot cookies. And the idea was honestly just something I pitched in a class project. And I just had professors who honestly were like, this deserves to exist in the world. This is a huge problem. And we actually got a grant from my university to get started after graduating.
But where are you getting the pulp from now, like at scale? Because obviously
so
you're
now
selling
at scale, we actually work with 2 of the biggest national juice brands in the country. For them, there's so many challenges with the fact that there is so much organic byproduct that they have to pay a composter to take off their hands or pay animal feed.
So you come get it?
Because if we can grow and absorb most of that byproduct, then it's actually saving them money.
Do you pay for the veggie?
Okay, so well, actually, hold on.
So we do offer to basically cover the cost of labor.
Because they're going to have to pay for somebody else to take it away.
Exactly.
You basically just do that for them, so they have.
Yep. Then that's really what I was just talking about with the whole, getting the vegetable oil and converting it into biodiesel. I'm kind of curious as to how her cost is $1.70 there. If it's covering the cost of the labor, but I don't know. It still seems kind of pricey. Margins. I just thought not that she should be selling it for more than $4.99 to $5.50, but just I was thinking like, oh, maybe get your costs down to like under $1 because your main ingredient is coming at the cost of labor. But hey, it's fine. What's great to see is somebody taking an initiative. Look, I know people that, and it's been a while since I've heard anyone bring up The Inconvenient Truth. I've documented. I actually never watched it, but I know that at the time it was kind of controversial and still. I don't know. Some people might want to toss around that as controversial, but the fact of the matter is we should find more ways to not waste things. And in this case, taking that pulp. I know when I used to do a lot of juicing, there would be a lot of pulp and just a lot of mess to go along with it, which is one of the reasons I don't do it. I'd like to keep doing it, but unless I had somebody else doing it for me, it's just a whole lot of mess, a whole lot of cleanup to go around it. And yeah, so I'm on board with team, reduce the amount of waste that is going out there, even if it's not really waste because it's getting composted. But if we can take that and turn it into something else, and maybe it's a little bit healthier. They haven't talked about calories or anything like that, so. Still looking for that number.
No expense.
Yeah.
So what are you doing in sales?
We actually finished last year with just under $250,000 in sales.
This calendar year, how much?
This calendar year, we'll finish the year with just under $500,000.
Okay, what are you going to make on that?
$20,000 net. So we are profitable. 70% of our business is retail. We're in about 600 doors. And about 20% of that is through third-party e-commerce sites like Thrive Market, Imperfect Produce.
But you're asking me to pay you 10 times sales for a nascent snacking company that hasn't really established distribution yet outside of a couple of trials.
So to speak to the valuation and what I would say to that,
well, you should speak to the valuation.
Our run rate in the last quarter puts us at about $700,000. And the problem for us has been less than 5% of our revenue in each of our channels has been spent on marketing.
I have a lot of experience in this space, including Pipcorn. It's really competitive. I have to say, though, I think the idea that you turn someone else's garbage into a successful business is amazing.
That's the beauty of it.
The beauty of it. And not only that, but on top of it, you have such passion and a purpose. But unfortunately, I think you're going to have a tall mountain to climb in the competitive space. So for those reasons, I'm out.
Look, I mean, this comes up and that's a shame because I think Barbara could have been a great partner here. But yeah, there's when somebody else, like, this is on national TV, right? You're watching this video right now. Once other people start to find out, like, oh, I can go get this pulp and I could turn it into this, or this, you know, eventually you're free. You know, you're free is not going to become free. It's not going to be, well, free because you're paying labor costs. Is not going to be free anymore. It's going to come to a head. And just like with the whole biodiesel idea, like the market will flip where you go from them just, you know, you getting it for free to them saying, hey, like this other guy and this other girl, they're going to, you know, they're going to pay me to take this away. So I'm going to collect some money on this instead of just giving it away for free. The sales, I wouldn't say they're disappointing, but look, marketing, getting into those, like if you're trying to get into end caps, pushing a new brand in supermarkets, in convenience stores, super, super hard. It's highly valuable space. And I think, look, it came up with them in the comments, something about me not having enough vision for growth and all that. And it's not that I don't think that this can grow. I think that if this idea works, the big brands can like go and do it and utilize their own pulp that they already are like paying the labor for anyway to like dispose of. Because, you know, you look at like a Lay's and they have like, you know, all the drinks, you know, the Pepsi and whatever juice companies that they have under their brand, and then take that or is it, yeah, Lay's and Pepsi, right? Not Coke. Yeah. So you take that and it's like, oh, okay, let's make something new, and we already have the shelf space and we can start moving product already. So it's one of those things where it's like it's competitive now. It might be hyper competitive if this is truly out in front of the market. It's like way ahead of the curve. You know, the corporations will eventually catch up, and if she doesn't have enough market share, I mean, she might be acquired, but ultimately it's going to get more hyper competitive.
Thank you, Barbara. It's so nice to meet you.
Caitlin, how much is in your bank account currently?
About $20,000.
Oh.
Wow. So what's the lowest you've ever been at?
I don't know if I should tell you.
Yeah, we've all been negative. We've all been negative, so don't feel
You're
bad.
negative.
Yeah.
You know, I've definitely seen it go down to like $1,000. I think the issue for us again is these cash flow cycles. You know, we want to do more in-store promotions and kind of getting people to try, maybe not.
Now would be a great time for you to say to the other sharks, give me some offers. Let's go.
Well, listen, I'll start. I don't think you're worth $5 million. But I'll tell you, you're very impressive. I've made a lot of money investing in women. Sustainability, check the box. Product is right on trend because I'm lowering my gluten. I think your business is worth $2 million, so I'll give you $500,000 for 25%.
Thank you for that offer, Mr. Wonderful.
Caitlin, I'm going to make this easy so you can properly understand your options, right? I actually, for once, agree with Mr. Wonderful. I think the valuation's a little nuts, and rather than give you an offer that's insulting, I'm going to drop out. But I do wish you good luck because I think you're a fantastic entrepreneur.
Thank you, Emma.
That's a shame. But I think, look, I think Kevin's offer is in line. Look, when you go in, this came up in the interview I did with Swift Pulse just the other day, and how she decided to build her valuation. When you go in for $500,000, that's a lot, right? So you got to have some wiggle room. Now, with that said, she needs all that money for marketing to push the product, to get people to try something new. And yeah, it's she needs that money. And Kevin recognizes that and is not afraid, even at 20, you know, at 25%. Assuming Caitlin owns 100%, having Mr. Wonderful at 25%, you know, stake is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome indeed.
So nice to meet you.
The thing for me is I love what you're doing. Love it. But you're asking for $500,000 for 10%. I'm trying to figure out, like, how long will it take for me to see my money back? How about if I gave you the $500,000 as a loan? Because it feels a little safer to me. $500,000 as a loan. It's 6% interest, which is less than the going rate. 3 years to pay it off. And then I would still want the 10% equity stake because I got to go to work for you, right? And I've got to help you and I've got to give you all the knowledge that I know in the food space. That's my offer.
Thank you, Lori.
But you've got two.
Super fair offer, but super pricey offer because you're giving up 10%, but you're getting Lori as a partner. You're getting that $500,000 up front, 6% with 3 years to pay it back. But that's even risky there because, I mean, you know, her profit margin is fine. If she could get her cost down, it could be even better. But the sales aren't necessarily there to be able to pay back said loan, which makes it a bit difficult. But obviously, Lori is going to help propel this so that she can get the sales. Shark Tank will help propel this for them to be able to capitalize and grab the money back on the loan. So it makes sense. You're giving up 10%. You're getting Lori. Gives you opportunity down the road to get other people on board. If you want to work with Lori, it's a really good offer.
Offers. Okay, that's good. Mark, what are you going to do?
Offers on the table from Kevin and Lori for Pulp Pantry, chips made from recycled vegetable waste. But Mark may also be interested.
You've got two offers. Okay, that's good. Mark, what are you going to do?
Okay, I'm going to give you a list of my Shark Tank companies. Mush, Pans, Mushroom Jerky, Peanuts, Want a Date, Unreal Deli, Snacklins, Nuts and More, Truffle Shuffle, New Milk, Everything Legendary. All these are companies in your category.
Yeah.
And ding for him to be able to list all of them all. I don't know, maybe if he has it like as in his like ledger in the front of his book or something. But that good on him for being able to list all of those off, seemingly off the top of his head.
Companies that are on a mission to make the world a better place and to make people healthier. I understand the category. And so I'll make you an offer, and it's going to be $500K for 20%. And I can tell you that, you know, when you walk in the door, we all know every entrepreneur has that limit, that number that they don't want to go above.
Yeah.
But you have to ask yourself, where can you get to?
Yeah.
Because that's really where the value comes from. What is this company going to look like in 2 years with or without me, 5 years, 10 years? And can you go alone so you don't have to sell, so you can stick to your mission?
Take the offer. Sorry, I had a
listen,
pulp chip in my throat.
Bless you.
Caitlin, you've got three offers. You've got three offers. You're going to change your offer?
For me, I'm just going to say, like, Mark gave a good offer. He gave out his list. I just love food. And so I have a list. I have pizza, cupcake, Bantam bagel. You know, I mean, I could rattle off all of my successes.
But the difference is these are all sustainable companies that have a focus on sustainability.
And so is
have
a
a
frozen
focus on
farmer,
health.
and they have a farm.
What do you want to do? You've got three offers.
Well, Mark,
Yes, ma'am.
would you come down to 15%?
I'll meet you in the middle, 17.
You got a deal.
Done.
Yeah, all right. There you go. Great job, Caitlin.
Thank
Great
you.
presentation.
Thank you. Oh my God.
We'd love to have you come back.
You're amazing. Thank you.
It was so nice to meet you all.
Congratulations.
You can check out our website in a second here.
Mark even has invested in this space. He knows how to help brands that are stage and size. Like, he is going to be such an asset to have on our team.
He absolutely will. That is awesome to see. Again, Caitlin, I would love to have you come here on the channel, give an interview. Just reach out down in the comments below or go to superjoepardo.com/contact to write me an email and we will make it happen. I love how you got this. Like, let's collect, fight food waste at home with our new ebook. Right there, collecting email addresses with people that care about reducing the amount of waste that's out there. Good vibes only. I like that. It's crunch time. Did you know the pulp is cold pressed juice? Contains 95% of the fiber from veggies, from whole veggies. That's why Pulp Pantry upcycles vegetables into nutritious snacks, etc., etc. So I think we're gonna have to get some of these and give it a try. Let the kids try it out here on the channel. I wonder if let's see if I go to like barbecue, or as my kids call it, spicy chips. Is there any reviews here on the site? Oh, there you go. Wow, 272. Great to see. 84%, 5 stars. What's the 1% 2 stars? BBQ spices are too spicy. I'd love the sea salt, and I love the vinegar chips, but the barbecue is too spicy. Okay, that's fair. I've had too spicy of barbecue chips too, but it's it can be an acquired taste. Way too spicy for me. So 2 people, not terrible. What do these ones say? I swapped pulp chicks in for other. Not a fan. I ordered sea salt, and my son doesn't like them. I would try the plain ones. Did you change the recipe? A friend introduced me to pulp chips. I ordered 3 bags. Here you go. I like seeing replies. It's so important. It's so important to reply so other people can see. So, hey, you're right. The recipe slightly change. The recipe changes slightly due to variability in produce. We are working to make sure we source produce that we would otherwise go unloved. And blah, 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 blah. Very cool to see. Let's check out their Facebook. Over here, we got 1,200 followers liking the page. On Twitter, you got another 1,000 plus followers there. Pinterest, they 1 week ago, 6 weeks ago, so they're posting, got a couple 83 followers there. And on Instagram, they got 11,400. Great to see, with quite a bit of engagement. Anyway, Caitlin, reach out down below. I'd love to have you come on the show. Just drop a comment like Ram here. It says, I was not trying to make a comment, but I noticed you were getting negative remarks from some people. Hey, haters will be haters, so don't get discouraged. You have a fan in me. Keep up the excellent work you're doing. Thank you so much, Ram. I greatly appreciate you and everybody else in the super community that is joining me here on the channel to watch Shark Tank and go through, break down the deals, break down the businesses and all that, and learn and grow. Not only maybe if you have your own business, but if you don't have your own business and you want to grow your knowledge of business acumen for the job that you work at, so that maybe you can excel in that place, in where you're at, which to get to where you want to go. That's awesome as well. Anyway, I'll see you in one of these 2 videos right here. Take care and go be super.